Meanwhile, South Korea has unveiled plans to develop nuclear-powered submarines as it looks to counter that growing missile threat from the north. Officials say the program would support what they call an underwater kill chain, the ability to detect and track North Korean submarines before they can be launched. But the word nuclear has raised an obvious question. Does this mean Seoul wants nuclear weapons? Shin joins us with a closer look.
Thanks, Wei-Su. Now, South Korea's defense ministry has put a name and timeline on its nuclear-powered submarine plan. The project is called Changbo-N, and Seoul wants to launch the first vessel in the mid-2030s. And officials say it will be developed and built domestically using South Korea's own shipbuilding, nuclear, and defense technologies. The key distinction here is this. Nuclear-powered does not mean nuclear-armed. Nuclear-armed means carrying nuclear weapons, such as nuclear missiles or warheads. But South Korea says it's not seeking to do that. Instead, Seoul aims to use a small nuclear reactor just for propulsion. Because as of now, South Korea's submarines are conventionally powered, mostly diesel-electric. They can be quiet, and some can carry missiles, but they need to recharge batteries or take in air at some point, which makes them easier to detect. A nuclear-powered submarine can stay underwater for much longer, travel farther, and move faster. For Seoul, that means a more persistent underwater presence. This is where the phrase underwater kill chain comes in. The idea is to detect, track, and if necessary, respond to North Korean submarines before they can launch missiles. But even if these vessels are not nuclear armed, they still raise non-proliferation questions because they require nuclear fuel. South Korea says it will use low-enriched uranium, work with the United States on fuel management, and build safeguards with the International Atomic Energy Agency, that is. And Seoul says it secured U.S. support last year, but that's best understood as a political green light, not a final agreement. And the difficult details remain. Who supplies the fuel? What technology can be shared? How is it monitored? And where the submarines are built? President Donald Trump had previously pointed to Hanwha's Philadelphia shipyard, while Seoul is now stressing domestic construction. So the real test is whether South Korea can build this capability while convincing Washington, the IAEA, and others that it remains a defense project, not a step toward nuclear weapons.